Whether you lose, you forget the last round fast. The only round that ever matters in a debate tournament is the next one you're going to be debating. That's it. The last round doesn't matter. Now you can and should remember your winning arguments. You can and should remember the arguments that might have beaten you. But don't remember the winning and the losing. Forget the winning and the losing of the last round, or the 2 rounds before. That's another source of distraction. Oh, that judge was so bad. Distracted debaters make mistakes. Tired debaters make mistakes. Focus on the next round. Now, I say that about the last round and forgetting the last round because I don't have any more debates. My last debate round occurred in April of 1975. April 75. There are 3 people who 42 years and 4 months later, I still hope are burning in the deepest, darkest circle of hell. I hope their children and grandchildren lead lives of desperation, poverty, and misery. Yeah, and I hope their children and grandchildren are burning in the deepest, darkest hell. Maybe I'll get over it someday, okay? Their time may heal all wounds. But the point is, you have to understand that what happened in the last round really doesn't matter. What happens in the next round for you matters. Now, let me tell you a story about this year's NDT. I swear to God, I thought after the quarterfinal round that Will Repko was the best judge in the country. Because, see, Will Repko and I voted together for Georgetown over Harvard. And I thought Will Repko was the best judge in the country until his decision in the next round. Do you know that Will Repko was part of the worst 7-0 decision in the history of the NDT? Am I lying?
No.
Casey, am I lying? It was a 7-0. I can't bitch about that. That's poor Michael. The idea is, don't be distracted by the last round. Focus on the round that you're in. Second most important thing you can do while you're at a tournament. Focus, meet well all day long. You are in a round for 2 hours. Every minute, every second, every instant, every speech, every nuance of the judge's movement has to be the focus of your attention. Don't be lazy during the debate round. Every second requires your focused attention. If you want to win, focus 100% of your attention 100% of the time in the debate round that you're in. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, if you're on, I don't know, whatever you did there. Hell, I'm lucky I know Facebook. I'm not part of it, but I'm told I've been called many bad names on Facebook, but that's just by certain college debate teams. You want to win, you got to focus your attention. The best debaters are the best listeners. Okay, remember how I made you go up in font with grades matter? Go up in font, write this bigger, this matters. The best debaters are the best listeners. It's very, very important. You need to listen to what the judge might tell you before the round starts. You need to listen to what your opponents are saying. Heck, you even need to listen to what your partner is saying. It's important to be a listener as a fundamental part of being a great winning debater. But you have to eat well at a tournament. You have to drink lots of water at a tournament. You can't rely on energy drinks to survive at a tournament. Focus at the tournament does matter. Here's the Salmon Jake example. The NDT in 2010 was held at Berkeley along with SDI Nationals. And in between, there was a professional debate tournament where all these great old debaters decided they would participate and donate money for the Bay Area Urban Debate League. So there were some of the great debaters. The Blake and Johnson from Oklahoma were there. The great Louisville team was there, Warner and Stephanie. This was amazing. John Sharp and Mike Hester debated together. And Sam and Jake said, we want to do it. We're that good? Okay. Mr. Smelko, yes, Sam. We'd like to go to nationals, and Professor Southworth said we could go to nationals and this professional tournament if you will be our coach and judge. Okay. Sam and Jake, for you, I'll do it. You're good kids. Now, Sam paid a price later because I made Sam come back and work at the TOC for me for free. But he paid the price. He lived up to his bargain. We get there. They do really well in this professional tournament. And then they go to SEDA Nationals. They couldn't go to the NDT because they didn't have enough debate rounds. So they couldn't qualify for NDT. So we get to the SEDA Nationals, and Sam and Jake are killing it. They're 6-2. They break. They win their triples, 3-0. They win their doubles, 3-0. And the next round, they're debating, and lo and behold, before the round starts, Jake comes up to me and he says, Mr. Smelko, we have to leave. What, you gotta go to the bathroom? Or, no, Mr. Smelko. You have to leave. It's my girlfriend's birthday party tonight, and we didn't want to miss it. All right. You haven't waived rebuttals, right? Right, Mr. Smelko. You have an affirmative coming in, right? Right, yes, Mr. Smelko. But it's your girlfriend's birthday. You gotta go home. You're gonna win this tournament. You're smarter than all of these other teams. And I'm the best coach here. My idea of coaching is go in, make arguments. That's coaching. Coaching isn't read this. Coaching is make arguments. Coaching is think. Coaching is do your best. Coaching is make arguments. Have fun. That's coaching. That's what I did. I don't write arguments to people. So they go to a friend's birthday party, and tomorrow, at the end of the second half of the lecture, I'll give you what happened at SEDA Nationals in that round. Oh my God, is it a good story. It is the best debate round story I have ever heard or told. It is a story that should live on camera forever. How do you become a winning debater while you're there? Well, you become a winning debater at the place by being the best partner possible. I can't stand it when two people yell at one another and they're on the same team. I can't stand it when they start grabbing things out of the other person's hand. I can't stand it when Margaret yells at Tyler. But it happens all the time.
Best partner ever.
Oh, God, Tyler, I told you, you're too nice. She's not here. Grab all over. It's a two-person competition. You're only as strong as your partner is. Trust me when I tell you. The reason why I think Michael Wimsatt is the greatest debater I've ever known is not just because he did this for 8 years with a muscle disease that would have kept people in bed for their lives. His senior year, he debated with a freshman and still made it to the semifinals of the NDT. A freshman. And the freshman wasn't from some great high school debate program. The freshman had talent and will be great. But Michael is an amazing young man to have done what he did and be the fifth round Copeland person. But they did it with communication. And communication before and during the round saves you win by avoiding mistakes. Be headed in the same direction as your partner during the tournament. And don't let anybody see you get angry with one another. Your ire should be directed at your opponents, partner. We're now in the third general category. How do you become a winning debater after the tournament ends? Here's how. 5 ways. See, you got to head the same direction as your team and your partner and your family after the tournament's over. You have to have enjoyed your experience even if you lost. You have to play fair and you had to play hard, but you got to be fair and you got to be honest because you don't want to walk away from a debate tournament with a label. You don't want to be known as a racist. You don't want to be known as a sexist. You don't want to be labeled as being someone that does something so stupid that it follows them for the rest of their debate career. Just don't do it. The other thing is you move on from the tournament. Who knows what happened at the tournament before? Who knows except those of you who study, who has so many bids, etc. for the TOC. Look, I only find out about the TOC stuff at the end of the year. Because I'm one of the people that votes on who gets an at-large for all those one-bid teams. And it's painful when teams submit their at-larges and their applications because they only got one bid. It's painful. We had 24 applications this year, and only 4 people got invited. A 5th got invited because somebody dropped out. That's 19 very good high school teams who had their hearts set on coming to the TOC, but only got one bid. And it's hard to evaluate those things. But you don't get a second bid if you're so focused on the last tournament and why you didn't get the first bid. Leave a tournament by improving. Leave a tournament by moving on. Head the same direction to have success in your winning debate. I told you 5 things in this section too. Number 5. You got to remember what you learned. Everyone loses debates. Now, Casey Harrigan didn't lose very many. Carly Wunderlich didn't lose very many. David Strauss certainly didn't lose very many. And I think he will agree if you talk to him. David Strauss probably had the best partner in the history of debate. Greta Stahl is brilliant. But that team was fantastic. And that's why it's such an honor for me to be at a place like Michigan State University and doing this with you. You all came to the right place. The staff here and the teachers that you have and John Lawson and people that are involved in the activity, you will learn so much from this institute, and you should. But always remember that you're going to lose from debates. But winners lose from their losses. Now, the how of avoiding that is to work hard. Figure out what lost you the round. Pay attention to the RFD that you get when the debate is done. Figure out what you could have done better. Ask the judge, how do I answer that? Get those answers in and work hard and prepare and block it out. Bigger font, larger writing. Never lose the same argument twice. Never lose the same argument twice. Never lose the same argument twice. No reason. You can be better. Number 4, stay positive. Everybody goes 06. It happens. Be a friend to your partner, even if you hate them. Be a friend. Be a leader to your team. Be a positive influence on the younger people. Don't ignore them. Don't shun them. Don't bully them. Be kind to them because they may cut a card for you that helps you win a round. Be an asset to your coach. See, without coaches, without somebody to pick up the phone and say, yeah, I'll take you to the tournament, you don't go to a tournament. And that's the beauty of the activity, is going to the tournaments. If you're an asset to your coach will want to take you to more tournaments. Winning? Oh man, that's fun. But being a winner is even better. You notice that the top of this lecture was not about how to win debates. It was not about how to win debate rounds. It was about how to be a winning debater. That's bigger than winning a round. Winning is fun, but being a winner is better. 3, work to win. Your research is never finished, but you have to learn when to stop. Yes, you have to do research, or you become a public forum debater, but you also have to learn when to stop. I'm a practicing lawyer. I could read a million cases about the most minute topic because every judge in the United States thinks they're God's gift, and so they write these opinions. But at some point, you have to turn it in. At some point, your memorandum of points and authorities must get done. It doesn't get done if you keep researching. Know when to stop. Now, how do you research? You have to focus on work that is designed to make winning arguments. Yes, you read cards. Yes, you need to prepare cross-examination questions. And we'll talk about cross-ex tomorrow. But you also have to work. And what your work is to update your thinking, not just update your evidence. Updating your thinking means thinking outside the box. Updating your thinking means thinking of a different way to beat an argument. Updating your thinking means thinking of a way to use what they did in your favor. You have to update not your evidence, you have to update your thought process. Number 2, say thank you. Oh, there it is again, the dad thing. But it matters. My God in heaven, if you don't say thanks, you don't go again. Debating at tournaments is a privilege. You cannot be a winning debater if you don't go to tournaments. The only way you're going to go to tournaments is if people allow you and invest in you and say, you know what? You deserve to go to a tournament. Saying thank you matters. Finally, the single most important thing you can do is your homework. Get it done. Grades matter. If you are fortunate enough to be on a squad that flies someplace, you not only pack your power strip and your charger and your phone charger, but you also pack the textbook for the class you're going to have a test in the next week. If you're flying home, you're not doing debate stuff. You're not doing anything else other than reading your textbook. You're reading to get ready for the next test because that's the next thing in your life that matters. Grades matter. Since we're in Michigan, I figured I'd quote Henry Ford. Since he was an old guy like me, he had gender language. So I've edited his quote for gender purity. There isn't a person anywhere who isn't capable of doing more than they think they can. The first-year Lab Institute person here can beat the Hoya Spartan Scholar in the camp tournament. If you think you can do it, if you believe you can do it, if you have the desire to want to do it and not be afraid of doing it. Be a winning debater by believing you can win. It becomes very, very important for you to have the inner strength to say, I can do this. This is what I call the winning debater cocktail. This is what you do. You have to dare to be great. You don't have to worry about somebody else being better than you. You have to be the best you can be. You have to live with honor. You don't want to get, just like you don't want to be called an ist, racist, sexist, genderist, any of those ists. You also don't want to be called a liar. See, all it takes is one. And then what you are is a card flipper. All it takes is one. And then what you are known as is a card cheater. All it takes is once, and you hide your stuff on the wiki, or you don't put your evidence in right, or you alter the URL so that people can't find it. and you never become the same again. Live with honor. Being a great debater means focus, having a balanced life, and being a great listener. Debate is a means to an end, and your job is to use the means of debate to get to the end. And never forget, grades matter. We'll take a 5-minute break, and then we will come back for session 2. Let's take a 5-minute break, get some water, relax, come back,